Chapter 24. Cinder sighed as she looked around the landscape. It hadn't been very long ago that she and Spyro had defeated Malefor and saved the world. Now the beautiful world was tainted again by war. She wasn't sure if this opposing force meant to destroy the world as well, or if they meant to rule it. But the fact that they had managed to manipulate one of their friends into helping them was a sure sign that they were skilled in dark magic. Cinder was lost in her thoughts when something caught her eye. She squinted and saw smoke rising in the distance. She took out towards it, curious to find out what was causing it. As she neared the scene, she gasped in horror. The area was burned to a crisp as dust as a wyvern lay dead on the ground. The crystals all turned into a single body. Flame! Cinder dove down and landed beside the fire breather. He wasn't moving. He was covered in cuts and bruises, but he wasn't bleeding at all. Cinder lifted the dragon's head in her paws to try to coax him awake. Flame, wake up! It's me, Cinder. Flame! The dragon moaned, his lips curled slightly. Cinder was relieved to find him alive. Flame, you have to wake up. Come on. Slowly, Flame's eyes opened, and he looked over her with his blood-red eyes. Gotcha, he sneered. Before Cinder could respond, she felt the back end of Wyvern's barb strike the side of her head. Her world spun as she collapsed to the ground. The last thing she saw was Flame rise to his feet and tower over her with the Wyvern growling in satisfaction behind him. Hey, Ember, I brought you some food, Spyro announced. He hovered in Ember's chamber, carrying a tray of steaming hot meat for her. The pink dragoness didn't so much as twitch a scale. She just stared at the fire in the fireplace inside. Spyro lowered his head suddenly and set the tray down. The dragoness hadn't eaten all day, and her once bright pink scales were growing pale. Ember, you need to eat something, Spyro coaxed as he sat down beside her. You won't be able to get Flame back if you're not at your full strength. I almost had him, Ember whimpered. Her eyes were red and puffy from crying. That's a good thing, though, Ember. Spyro nudged her with the snout to try and get her to move. You managed to get through to him. If I did get through to him, then why isn't he here with us? Here where his home is. Ember, there's something you should know. Spyro twisted his mouth. What he was about to talk about wasn't easy for him. Back when I first encountered Dark Master, I had Cinder there beside me. She had been used by the Dark Master and tricked into resurrecting him. Malphite took control of Cinder and used her again to fight me. Ember lifted her head and stared at him as he continued. I gave up then. I had no one there to be by my side. No one who cared for me. So what happened? Ember asked. Surely you must have done something. Spyro shook his head. I didn't do anything. Spyro kept attacking, but I couldn't bring myself to fight her. I never could. She shouted for me to fight back, asking why I wouldn't. And what did you tell her? Ember leaned in anxiously, waiting to hear more. I told her that I had nothing left to fight for. Spyro looked away ashamed. Ember was shocked. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. Wait, so what happened? That can't be the end of it. You and Cinder are still around, and you defeated Malefor. What happened was that Cinder was able to free herself from Malefor's evil. But that's not what the important part of the story is. Cinder looked at her straight in the eye. Cinder told me, there's always something to fight for. Ember's eyes widened as she understood what Spyro was saying. Seeing that she got the message, Spyro gave a slight smile. Come on, I have something to show you. Cinder groaned as she regained consciousness. She sat up and looked around to find herself locked inside a cell. It's about time you woke up. The black dragoness rose to her feet and walked over to the bars. Out of the shadows appeared Maximus with Flame standing beside him. Who the hell are you? Cinder said a minute. Ah yes, where are my manners? I am Maximus the Drake. It's been a long time, Cinder. How do you know me? Cinder nodded her eyes at him. I remember you when you were still in your egg, and I was at the moment you hatched. You work for the Dark Master! Cinder snarled and bared her teeth. Yes, I did. So what do you think you're doing now? Trying to destroy the world again? No, actually. I have no purpose like that. I personally didn't wish for the world to be destroyed. But with the Dark Master being as powerful as he was, who was I to stand up to him? Coward! Cinder spat backfire at him and burned his cheek. You will mind your manners with me. Maximus snarled struck Cinder with a bolt of lightning. The black dragoness flew back and hit the back wall of her sail before crumbling to the ground. Malefor left me with a single task, said Mexican as Cinder scraped her up off the floor. That in the extremely unlikely event he should be defeated, then I was given a task of eliminating the ones who defeated him. Spyro! Cinder gasped in horror. Yes. Mexican nodded and curled his lips in a superior smirk. And now that I have you, my work is half done. What will you do when you do get Spyro? Cinder asked, dreading the answer. Maxman leaned in towards the bars. I think I'll take it one step at a time, my dear. He turned away and disappeared back in the shadows. Enjoy your stay, Cinder. I won't last long, I assure you. His voice echoed down the cavern, and Cinder turned to Flame, who watched her with glazed-over eyes. Flame, why are you doing this? Don't you see what will happen if you help him? The fireblade just stared at her blankly. Flame, snap out of it. He's just using you. I know you're stronger than him. You just have to fight it. Flame continued to stare at her. Cinder curled her lip, showing her teeth. And here I thought you really cared about Ember. She's been worried sick about you ever since you ran away. And this is how you repay her. Some friend you are. She turned away sharply and curled a tear around herself on the floor. Ember, Flame whispered. He blinked once, then turned back into the cavern. With Cinder sighed as she listened to him go. Let's hope that was enough. Spyro, please hurry and find me. What is this place? Ember asked, looking around. Spyro had brought her to the main temple and was leading her deeper than she had ever been inside it. This, Spyro answered as he came to a stop, is called the Pool of Visions. Ember walked up beside him and looked into the still water. The surface was untouched and looked as smooth as glass. Ignitus showed me this place when I first met him. He was a dragon that had the ability to see visions and read the thoughts of others. Spyro looked in the pool and sighed. This is where he came to meditate to allow himself to see his visions. Wow, Ember gasped with wide eyes. So are you saying that you too can see visions? Spyro nodded. So can you tell what's going to happen to Flame? Spyro gave an amused chuckle. It's not quite like that for me, Ember. It's more like being able to see a path. It's not always clear what I'm supposed to do along the way, but as long as I follow my heart and trust my instincts, things turn out alright. So what are you going to do then? Ember asked impatiently. Shh! Spyro held up a palm and closed his eyes. Ember watched him for a moment, then followed his lead. She closed her eyes and listened to the steady rhythm of Spyro's breathing. Then her own. She felt a little lightheaded as her mind began to wander. Her thoughts went to Flame, and the water in the pool bubbled. She opened her eyes and gasped. As if looking through the window, she saw Flame standing across from her. Both were bloodied and bruised. Flame snorted and Ember growled back. I have it! Spyro exclaimed, smacking Ember out of her trance. She shook her head as the vision left the surface of the water. They have Cinder. Spyro looked at Ember. Oh no! We have to rescue her! No. Spyro shook his head. We rescue Flame. But what about Cinder? Ember asked, clearly confused by what he was saying. Cinder and I came up with a plan to find out where Flame was going whenever he left the city. I suggest that Cinder get captured by the enemy, and I try and look for her in the Pool of Visions. Did you find where they're keeping her? Oh, them? Yeah, they're in the mountains north of the city. Then let's go get them back, Ember said with a fire of determination in her eyes. Spyro hadn't seen that life in her eyes for what seemed like ages. I couldn't have said it better myself, Spyro nodded. He was glad to see her spirits back up again. Wait! Ember grasped Spyro's leg with her head before he could get too far ahead of her. What's wrong? I had a vision too. Ember looked down at her feet and shoved them nervously. I want to be one to face Flame. I want him back the most. Are you sure you can handle it? Spyro asked worriedly. Ember nodded. Okay then, let's move. One more thing. Ember stopped him again. You're gonna need to be at your full strength. So let me help you. Ember blushed as she took a step towards Spyro. Ember, what are you... She pressed her lips to his. Forgive me, Flame, she whispered in her mind. Spyro felt a warm tingle throughout his body. His heart began to beat faster as he felt his power returning to him. His broken ribs healed and his cuts and bruises disappeared. When Ember pulled away, both dragons blushed. I'm sorry to do that when you're with Cinder, Ember said, looking away. But it's a special gift I acquired from my mother. She placed her paw over her heart-shaped pendant. You have healing abilities? Ember nodded. I see. Thank you. He was feeling a little awkward because of her method, but pushed it to the back of his mind. But you know, I have always wanted to do that to you since I first met you. Ember gave a playful smile. But I won't interfere with you and Cinder. She's really lucky to have you, and I kind of envy her for it. Spyro just smiled as he thought about the Black Dragoness. She really is something else, isn't she? Come on, Ember called. She dashed for the entrance of the temple. Let's get moving. Right, I'm right behind you. Spyro stepped out of his daydream and took off after her.